Did you know, when Whitney Houston was developing her dream Cinderella for television, she originally wanted to play the princess herself. But she decided she had outgrown the role, so she handed it, personally, to one young woman from the cast of Moesha. But that is not even the wildest part of where this cast ended up. In this video, we are catching up with the entire Moesha family, and we are starting with Brandy. No making you wait till the end. But first, a question. Close your eyes for a second. Picture the room you were in when that Moesha theme song came on. Who was sitting next to you? Drop that person's name in the comments. I read every single one. Now, let's bring it back. Number 8. Sheryl Lee Ralph. April 2025. Hollywood Boulevard. Sheryl Lee Ralph kneels beside a brass star with her name on it. Rewind 40-something years. She is a pre-med student at Rutgers. She walks into anatomy class, sees a cadaver, walks right back out. Switches to acting. Graduates at 19, the youngest woman in Rutgers history. And she missed her own graduation ceremony. Why? She was filming a Skippy peanut butter commercial. By 81, she was Dina Jones in the original Broadway Dreamgirls. Tony nomination, Broadway legend. All before Moesha existed. On Moesha, she played Dee Mitchell, the stepmother. Remember that episode where Moesha finally stops calling her Dee and says Mom for the first time? That was Sheryl making you feel it. 6 seasons of earning that word. In 2022, she won the Emmy for Abbott Elementary. First black woman in 35 years to win supporting actress in a comedy. She was 67, and she sang at the podium. From a peanut butter ad to a star on the Walk of Fame, Sheryl Lee Ralph is 69 years old, and she is just getting started. Number 7. Fredro Starr. Quick, what do Rakim, Cool G Rap, and Big Daddy Kane have in common? Besides being legends, they all got their hair cut by the same teenage barber. A kid at a shop called New Tribe on Jamaica Avenue in Queens. That kid was Fred Lee Scruggs Jr. You know him as Fredro Starr. In '94, his group Onyx beat Dr. Dre's The Chronic for the Soul Train Best Rap Album. Then he jumped to acting. 4 seasons as Q on Moesha, the bad boy you knew was wrong for her, but you rooted for anyway. Remember that scene where Q shows up at Moesha's door after getting out? No big speech, just standing there. Brandy's face did all the work. That was the magic of those two together. After Moesha, he played Malachi in Save the Last Dance. Then Bird Hilton on The Wire. Today, Fredro Starr is 55. Still recording, still acting, still carrying that same raw Queen's energy. Number 6. Shar Jackson. Shar Jackson has been performing since she was 3 years old. She joined the Al Fan Theatrical Ensemble before most kids can read. By the time she became Niecy on Moesha, she had already been acting for 15 years. After Moesha, she won MTV's Celebrity Rap Superstar in '07, an actress who could also rap. Today, Shar is 49, still in LA, still in the game she entered before she could spell her own name. Now, our next cast member won Star Search at 9 years old, and the way she did it? Straight up hustler move. Number 5. Countess Vaughn. 1988. A 9-year-old from Idabel, Oklahoma, population 7,500, stands on the Star Search stage. She sings the Jackson 5's I'll Be There. She wins Junior Vocalist Champion. She wins Overall Junior Champion. But here is the part that kills me. During her performance, she looked right into the camera and said her favorite show was 227. The producers at NBC were watching. Next season, she was on it. 9 years old, booked her own job on national television. On Moesha, she was Kim Parker, won the NAACP Image Award in '98. Then got her own spin-off, The Parkers, alongside Monique for 5 seasons. People were convinced they were real mother and daughter. They were only 10 years apart. Today, Countess Vaughn is 47. The girl from Andell who outsmarted an entire network before turning 10. I have to be honest with you. I had the biggest crush on Hakeem when I was growing up. I am not even ashamed. Something about that goofy loyalty just got me. Now your turn. Who was it for you? Q? Hakeem? Moesha herself? Be honest in the comments. I know I am not the only one. Number 4. Marcus T. Paulk. You know what? Let me ask you something first. What is the most annoying thing your little brother or sister ever did to you? Whatever it is, Myles Mitchell did it worse. And he did it for 127 episodes. Marcus T. Paulk was 9 when Moesha premiered, but he had been performing since 3, doing street shows on Venice Beach with his parents. After Moesha, he co-starred with Bow Wow in Roll Bounce. Trained in ballroom dancing for Take the Lead with Antonio Banderas. Showed up in George Lucas's Red Tails. Today, Marcus is 39. He runs VVS Models, a casting and modeling agency. The little brother became a CEO. Myles would be proud. Actually, Myles would probably take credit. Now, the man who held that Mitchell family together. On screen and, turns out, off screen too. Number 3. William Allen Young. Here is what I did not know about William Allen Young until I researched this video. He grew up in South Central LA public housing, civil rights era. He went to USC and became the #1 ranked college speaker in the country, 2 years in a row, led the debate team to a national championship. Then he went to Hollywood, appeared in A Soldier's Story, District 9, both Academy Award nominated. He directed episodes of Moesha himself. Bill Clinton named him an ambassador of goodwill. On Moesha, he was Frank Mitchell, the dad who grounded you but left the door unlocked. Remember how Frank never yelled first? He would just sit at that kitchen table and wait for the truth. That was William, bringing real fatherhood to the screen. Today, William Allen Young is 72. He founded the Young Center for Academic and Cultural Enrichment, a nonprofit for young people. On screen, he played a father who never gave up on his kids. Off screen, same man, same mission. Engagement anchor number 3. 2 left. Before we get there, do me a favor. If this video brought back even one memory, hit subscribe. I make these because I love these shows as much as you do, and I do not want you to miss the next one. Number 2. Ray J. Ray J joined Moesha in Season 5 as Dorian D. Money Long, Moesha's long-lost half-brother from Oakland. A kid with a chip on his shoulder and a dream of rapping. And here is what made it hit different. In real life, Ray J is Brandy's actual little brother. The show wrote fiction around a bond that already existed. Born William Ray Norwood Jr. in Macomb, Mississippi, same hometown as Brandy. He was auditioning for commercials at 8, had a record deal before Moesha. After the show, One Wish hit the top 20. Sexy Can I with Young Berg went to number 3 on the Hot 100. Then he pivoted to business, founded Raycon Global, Bluetooth earbuds, smartwatches, electric scooters. Oh, and Ray J and Brandy? First cousins of Snoop Dogg. That family tree is unreal. Today, Ray J is 45. He has been focusing on his health and well-being, with Brandy right beside him. That is what family does. And now, the one you have been waiting for. The voice. The princess. The name that made Moesha a household word. Number 1. Brandy Norwood. Let me take you back to something. Remember the hook of this video? Whitney Houston had a dream project, a new Cinderella. She wanted to play the princess herself, but she had outgrown the role. So she looked at this girl from Macomb, Mississippi, who sang in her daddy's church at 2 years old, who signed with Atlantic Records at 14, whose debut album sold 6 million copies, who was already starring in her own TV show, making millions of teenagers feel seen every single week. And Whitney said, "That is my Cinderella." 1997, Brandy puts on that glass slipper, wearing her braids, her smile, her own natural beauty. The first black actress to play Cinderella on screen, Whitney Houston beside her as the fairy godmother. You know what I think about? I think about the little girls watching that night. Girls who had never seen a princess with braids like theirs. Brandy has said it herself. To this day, strangers tell her, "Because of you, I believed I could be a princess." That is not a career highlight. That is a permanent mark on the world. On Moesha, she was everything. 127 episodes. I Want to Be Down, Baby, Broken-Hearted. Then The Boy Is Mine with Monica, Grammy winner. One of the best-selling female duets ever. Today, Brandy Norwood is 47. 7th studio album, B7, dropped in 2020. She came back as Cinderella in Descendants, The Rise of Red. She has a daughter named Sarai. The girl from Macomb who sang in her daddy's church is still singing. Before we close, we need to take a moment. Not everyone from the Moesha family is still with us. Lamont Bentley, Hakeem Campbell. Hakeem. All 6 seasons, 127 episodes, from the first day to the last. Lamont Bentley was born in Milwaukee in '73, moved to LA with his mother. She was chasing a singing career. He dropped out of school to act, and at 12 years old, he was already practicing his autograph, because he was that sure he would make it. Beyond Moesha, he was Crazy K in Tales from the Hood. He played Tupac in the MC Hammer biopic. He was building something real. January 19th, 2005, Lamont Bentley left us. He was 31. The kid who practiced his signature at 12 made sure every page he signed mattered. Yvette Wilson, Andell Wilkerson. Andell ran the neighborhood hangout, the spot where the kids went for food, for advice, for a reality check. Yvette Wilson played her for 5 seasons on Moesha, then 5 more on the Parkers. Here is how Yvette got into comedy. She lost a bet with a friend. The penalty? Get on stage at a comedy club. She got up, made the whole room laugh, never left. That fearless leap led to Def Comedy Jam, to Poetic Justice alongside Tupac and Janet Jackson, to Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker.
June 14th, 2012. Yvette Wilson left us. She was 48. She walked onto that stage because she lost a bet, and she never stopped making rooms laugh.
That is the whole Moesha family. Every face, every story. I want to ask you one thing. Which of these surprised you the most? And be real with me. Did you know about Whitney hand-picking Brandy for Cinderella? Because when I found that detail, that is what made me want to make this video. Tell me in the comments. I read all of them. Thank you for watching. Thank you for remembering. See you in the next one.